Hello. So, this recording, I'm talking about why it is healthier to care less and less for right now. Okay. And I understand a lot of people may disagree with this, but we all have our own opinions. But this is my opinion why it might be healthier to care less and less for right now. Okay, not just to be cold-hearted, but for right now. And I am talking about the unfortunate casualties, the unfortunate murders of black women right now. And like I say, I do not mean to be cold when I say this, because it took me a while. Like, I literally had to train myself to stop being so angry every time something happened to a black woman. I really had to talk to myself about not being so upset, because that is not good for you. And I'm going to tell you the reason why it's not going to do any good. See, I used to be like in Facebook groups, and I swear 2 to 3 times a day, it was article after article after article on black women being killed by their boyfriends, by black men. I told you it's an investigation going on, but nobody's talking about it. But a lot of black women are being killed in New York, and it's being and by black men, and it's being investigated as a hate crime. But they're not bringing that out to the public. Had it been white men killing black women, it would have been brought out to the public. But it's not, because the perpetrators are black men. And another area too, somebody commented under one of my videos and said that somewhere where she lives, it's an investigation going on with a lot of black women being killed, specifically by black men. It's not to say that black women don't get killed by non-black men, but it's very disproportionate. The number, at the rate that black men are killing black women are disproportionate to any other race of women. And I'm not talking about no domestic crime, no domestic violence. I'm talking about just killing black women, period. Just murdering black women because they're black women. Don't have anything to do with them knowing this man. That's why I'm calling it a hate crime, like a hate crime that used to be towards gays and just killing gays. This is a hate crime for her being a black woman. And the deaths are disproportionate to any other race of women. So it doesn't make any sense to bring up another group of women. But here's why I say, because I'm going to get on with it. Here's why I say it's healthy to care less and less. Because that type of negative emotions, that type of anger that you feel and frustration that you feel every time you hear a black woman is killed lowers it lowers your frequency. It lowers your vibration. It puts you on a low. It puts you in a low state, and you have to keep seeing it over and over and over again. Okay, and here's another reason why I say it's healthier for you to care less and less, because after getting upset time and time again, and you just want somebody to talk about it because he wanted to be brought to light. And I did the same thing too. That's why I started this YouTube page and made some of the videos, because I wanted to bring it to light myself, because I knew people were talking about it, but just not to my satisfaction. So I started a page myself just to talk about it more, and now I feel fulfilled. Now that I got it out, I am fulfilled, and I don't have to wish somebody else would talk about it, because now I can talk about it if I want to. But here's why I won't be talking about what's going on with black women as much anymore. Because it's unfair. It's unfair to have a few black women, and when I say a few, I'm talking about a good 30% of black women who actually gives a darn about what's happening to these other black women, and then you get a good majority that don't seem to care. That is so unfair to me, and that is my opinion. That is my opinion, that maybe 20 to 30% of black women gotta use all this energy and be so angry and just want somebody to talk about it. They want somebody to bring it to light, and they just want somebody to care. Because to be truthful, when you add a minority like that, when you add the 30% of people who really care, and then you got a good 60% of black women who are fighting for more black women to be killed, because that's what they do when they fight for more black women to be killed. then it's almost like you're on a hamster wheel, and that is so unfair to me. That is so unfair. You know, that we have to actually care. And let me tell you something. It's nothing wrong with caring. You're supposed to care. White women care about each other. You know, Indian women care about each other. Hispanic women care about each other. It's nothing wrong with that. That is normal. That is the smart thing, intelligent. That's what people do. But we got some serious self-hating people within the Black collective, and I know why. I don't want to go around over white supremacy no more. I understand, and the hatred. Like I said, the problems between Black women, Black men, and Black women and Black women happened way before slavery. You know, but I don't even want to, you know, really get on that. But I just feel like it's not right that the minority of Black women who actually care have to put so much energy into wanting to do something about these young ladies. I mean, how long have a lot of we can probably count on maybe about 2 or 3 hands how many Black women have tried to come out in the last 10 plus years to bring out the truth on this. But how many other Black women are complicit with this? And see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a struggle. I don't know if I put that other video on private, but I talked about a new type of struggle. And this is a new type of struggle, which is the caring about what happens to Black women right now. And listen, I'm not saying don't care about yourself and don't care about your friends and your family. Definitely care about yourself. But as far as getting angry every time you hear something about a Black woman, it's like you're in a minority and you're using a lot of energy because you don't have support on really helping Black women. You don't have support. And I'm gonna tell you something. You're expected to lay on the cross, and so and I don't want to offend nobody by saying this, but it seems like the ones who do care, who are in the minority, are expected to lay on that cross to wake up Black women and girls. You got to lay on that cross so you can wake up Black women and girls. And while you have other Black women that give their money and their resources, and I don't want to make this about money, I'm just making a point. The Derrick Jacksons and the Angel Ramirez Jordans and the Tommy Sotomayors, the Tariq Nasheeds, and just, you know, others, you know, I'm just naming a few. They don't need to lay on the cross. You have Black women who willingly give their resources to these guys. You have Black women who willingly just give them money, give them everything. But then you have these other Black women over here that's in the minority of caring about what happened to Black women and girls. And what happens to her? She got to lay on the cross. She got to lay on the cross and be sacrificed, to be the sacrifice to get the message out to Black women and girls. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing, you see that you're in the minority of caring about Black, and it's nothing wrong with caring. Let me say that 3 more times. It's nothing wrong with caring. It's nothing wrong with caring. It's nothing wrong with caring. Okay? But are you going to lay on the cross and get slaughtered for Black women and girls when you see the majority of other Black women give their resources to Tommy Sotomayor? They give their resources to Derrick Jackson. They give their resources to Angel Ramirez Jordan and Advise Show. They give their resources to Childish Gambino and Terry Hart. Well, it was Kevin Hart and R. Kelly. They give their resources away, but you in the minority got to die, almost die for Black women and girls. Do you want to do that? Because if you do, I have no problem with it. I have no problem if you want to lay on that cross. Okay? But it's a few women who have completely left YouTube and went underground because they're simply not willing to do it. They feel like they deserve to live their life the same way this white woman lived her life. They feel like they have a right to live too. Another popular YouTuber that's making videos every now and then, but has finally gone underground, she has given up enough of herself for free. She has been on that cross long enough. She has been on the cross long enough. Okay? But do you know there's a lot of people that deserve this, that still feel like she don't deserve to get paid, but they are so quick to give Tariq Nasheed that money, but they feel like after all of her doggone sacrificing, she still don't. Now, I'm not talking about the women who actually paid for her help. I'm not talking about the women who actually appreciate her. Okay, I'm talking about a good number of them that are so hateful that they feel like after all her sacrifices, she don't deserve a penty or a pinto. But they gonna give that money to Tommy Sotomayor. They gonna give that money to Tariq Nasheed. Are you gonna lay on the cross for these women? And the few black women and girls that do get saved, they're going to be saved regardless. I think those people who are marked to be saved are going to be saved anyway, whether you continue to try to get the word out or not. But I don't want to sound cold when I say this. And I want to finish it with this. Like, I was looking at a video that Miss Archduchess posted. It was last week. And I forget this guy's name, and I forgot it, but he is the DL. He exposes black men on a DL. I think he has a Facebook page, and people have to pay like, I think $20 or something to get into the Facebook page. And what he does is, when he has sex with these guys, and a lot of them are married or whatever, he records them and he gives the info. He shows it to their wife. Some of you guys might know his name. I can't remember his name. But he said that he does what he does, even though his life is at risk and somebody shot him. He said that he does what he does because black women have always put themselves on the line for him. Black women have always had his back. Because he was gay, he's been out the closet, pretty much his whole life. He's never been a person that's in the closet, I don't think. And so for that reason, when it wasn't okay for black men to come out the closet, he was ostracized by a lot of black males. And so a lot of black women decided to, black girls at the time, because he was a little boy, a lot of black girls decided to befriend him. And even as an adult, a lot of black women have his back. Some of you guys, I know you know who I'm talking about, but I can't remember this guy's name. And so, well, yeah, he's laying himself on the cross, but guess what? After what he said, I believe he had more of a reason to lay his butt on the cross and take that journey more than a lot of these black women who trying so hard to get this message out and risk their family being attacked and risk people finding out where they live and folks sending letters to their house and folks sending death threats. For what? When you still have a good majority of these ladies who are working on behalf of these males who are who hate them. Right? A lot of these women are behind a lot of what's happening. The reason why some of these women are sabotaged, some of these women who try to help black women and girls, is other black women who are behind sabotaging these women. Okay? Yeah, I know it's a lot of males that hate them and might send death threats, but as far as getting these addresses out and publicly showing these addresses and all this other stuff, a lot of black women are behind that, okay? And so this is what I'm saying. And it's not to say it might not be black women behind, trying to get this DL guy too, because, when a black woman who's under the control of black men, they'll still kill another black man for another guy, for a man that she's under his control, If she's under the control of a certain man, she'll still kill another black man for that man that has her mind under his control still. So I don't want to say that no black woman will go after this gay man that exposes a DL man. But what I'm saying is that from what he said, he's not doing it just for no reason. He puts his life on the line for black women because black women have put their life on the line for him. And he is returning the favor. But can a lot of black women say that same thing? Okay. Anyway, I know I kind of went off the subject on that one, but it just came to my mind and I wanted to bring that up. But I want to end this with the title that it is probably healthier to care less and less about what's really happening to black women right now. And the reason why I say this is because what we're witnessing is the universe answering black women's desires. Too many, and I'm not saying a black woman who's been killed is the one that, I'm not saying none of that. But I've been saying you got to be careful the message you put out there. And by this black woman accepting her men to call her a whore, thought, and all kinds of crazy names, ridiculous names, for over 40 years on the radio and in media and in television. And then don't even whisper a word when black women and girls get raped and molested in droves and get gang raped. And then don't say a word when a lot of black women are killed, when they're dying during childbirth or during pregnancy. Don't whisper a word again. Okay? Sophia Nelson. And I know people might have their opinion about her, but I just want to bring up her because of her status, not because I don't know anything personal about her. But I remember Sophia Nelson wanted to put out some type of petition for people to sign, and talking about, I forgot what it was about, but a petition, right? Now, she is a member of a sorority. Very popular person. She's been on CNN. I mean, she's very kind of high profile black woman. But do you know when she put that petition out, I think it was in early 2017, like March 2017, do you know she can barely get 1,500 signatures? Out of all the resources she have, out of all the people that she know, she could barely get 1,500 signatures on that petition about protecting black women and girls against bullies. She can hardly get 1,500 signatures with the type of resources that women have, okay? With the amount of people that she knows, okay? This is why I'm going to end again, and I'm done. This is why it might be healthy to care less and less. She even made a video about the CDC talking about how black women are 4.4 times more likely. And she ain't the only one. A lot of people have put that out there, okay? So she ain't the only one. But how black women are 4.4 more likely to be in a domestic violence situation, okay? Still hardly a response. I don't think too many people even looked at that video, including black women, okay? And this is why, and I'm going to be finished, this is why I say it might be healthy right now to care less and less about what happens to black women, okay? It's not to say not care at all. Don't get emotional as maybe how you used to get emotional, because it only brings you down. And then you have parasites to feed off of that too, to feed off that anger. You have parasites to feed off that. So, you know, it's going to, because it's just a warning, a lot more black women are going to unfortunately be killed this year, because the message has been put out into the atmosphere that black women don't feel like they're worthy. When you let a group of men continually degrade you in the way that black women have allowed black men to do, giving him her permission to tear her image into the ground, just tear it to pieces. And when you do that, you send out the message that you are unworthy, and black women have sent out the message that they are unworthy and deserving of death. That is the message that's sent out when you allow a group of men to speak death over you, because black men have been speaking death over black women for the last few decades. They have been speaking death over black women. And black women, for the most part, not all black women, but for the most part, have been okay with that. And so now the universe is responding, and we're going to see a lot more black women get killed. So just be careful, balance your emotions. Don't get upset every time something happens to a black woman, because I guarantee you it's going to be thousands more black women get killed this year, okay? And I don't mean to sound cold when I say that, but it is what it is, and it's because it's what black women chose, okay? You can't you can't allow a man to speak death over you and you're okay with death. And they still okay with death because they don't want to talk about what's happening to a lot of black women coming up missing, black girls coming up missing. They still don't want to talk about that. And so they still allowing this man to speak death over them, and they speak death over themselves. And it's just coming back. We're in a time where, you know, you put that message out there, and now it's time to reap. It's time to reap what's been sown, and what has been sown is that the black woman ain't nothing. That's what's been sown out into the atmosphere, into the universe, that the black woman ain't ish, and she deserves death. That is what has been sown, and now we're seeing the results of this harvest. A lot more black women to be killed. Guard your emotions, and that'll be it.